I'm Evangelist John Otieno Bimba from Busia border, Western Kenya, residing in Nairobi, Utawala Mihango Estate. I thank God for this time that God has given us. I also thank God for the breath of life that God has given us for free. Very quickly before we run out of time, let's go to the book of Mark chapter 2. We are told a few days later, when Jesus again entered Capernaum, the people heard that he had come home. Verse 2, so many gathered that there was no room left, not even outside the door. And Jesus preached the word to them. Verse 3, some men came to Jesus, bringing to him a paralytic man. This man was carried by 4 of them. Verse 4, since they could not get him to Jesus because of the crowd, they made an opening in the roof above Jesus, and after digging through it, they lowered the mat the paralyzed man was lying on. Verse 5, when Jesus saw their faith, whose faith? When Jesus saw the faith of the people who had carried their friend, Jesus said to the paralytic man, son, your sins are forgiven you. I thank God for the forgiveness of sins. My brother, my sister, here we see a man who has been brought to Jesus, totally paralyzed, physically disabled. There is nothing he can do by himself. He is being brought by his friend, being carried on a mat. And his friends figured out that if only this man could meet Jesus one-on-one, his life is going to change. Nonetheless, they were not expecting Jesus to give out the statement that Jesus gave. Jesus gave a mind-blowing statement. In verse 5, Mark chapter 2, Jesus said to this paralytic man, son, your sins are forgiven you. This must have been a startling statement to these people because they expected Jesus to say, be healed, take your mat and go. Why is Jesus healing a man inward instead of outward? Many people had mistaken the reason why Jesus had come down from heaven. My brother, my sister, I want you to know that Jesus came down from heaven not to deal away with the physical challenges that we are going through, but Jesus came down from heaven to get us right with God, to reconcile us back with God. So the forgiveness of sins is being emphasized here. You are much better if your sins have been forgiven than if anything else has been done to you. If God does not heal your sin, and God healed your stomach, if you do not come to Jesus Christ today for the forgiveness of sins, and you come to him for temporary problems that you have on earth here, a time will come when you will come to the end of the road. And guess what? There is no other miracle that God has done for you is going to speak for you except one miracle, the miracle of the forgiveness of sins. This is the most important miracle. This is what made Jesus to come down from heaven. You need your sins to be forgiven. You need to get right with God, my brother, my sister, before you run out of time. If you die in your sins, my brother, my sister, you have wasted your time, the time in which God gave you on earth to live for him. Live for Jesus. Come to Jesus for the forgiveness of sins. Romans chapter 10 verse 9. It is with your tongue that you confess that Jesus is Lord, and in your heart that you believe that Jesus died and rose again from the dead, and you are saved. So come to Jesus and the Lord will forgive your sins. Thank you, viewers. May God bless you and God watch over you.